What is going on, everybody? Welcome back due to Bet Daily, January 20th, 2023. You can see Aaron is very happy with himself about picking the Blues last night, plus 100. That was a nice performance, Aaron.
Best game of the year for the Blues. They played great. That looked like the Blues that we've been used to seeing the last 3, 4, 5 years. You know, they finally got it together last night. Big win. Lucky enough to pick them. I mean, that was just, if you watch the show, I don't pick them all that often. I just had a feeling they played good, liked the price, and they played well.
Papa Dude, rocking chair victory there last night with UC Irvine. Hawaii was enjoying LA too much. That was a good call.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Love Aaron's pick. Get rid of Tarasenko. Goodbye, O'Reilly. We don't need you. You're too old. You're not playing hard. Get the hell out of here. O'Reilly's the worst captain I've ever seen. Now, they don't need him as captain. They don't need him he's not a captain guy. Put Shin as the captain. I think he would play better. I think O'Reilly would play better if he wasn't the captain. Yeah. Are you talking about Cal Irvine last night?
Yeah, it was a good one.
They played well. They're pretty good. And, yeah, that was a good one. A little disappointed in UCLA. It's not disappointed in them. I kind of thought Arizona State would beat them, but they didn't. So that's a great win for the Bruins. Right now, they may be the best team in college basketball.
Haven't watched a minute of the Pac-10 this year. Not going to lie. Probably won't start watching it anytime soon. I am headed out to California. I may start watching it when I'm in California.
Yeah,
those games will be on at a nice time. All right, we're going to start out here with a little bit of NFL talk. Interesting derivative market here. Who will have the most playoff passing yards? Right now, your leader is Josh Allen with 352 yards. Tom Brady, who I don't think will get any more this season, sitting at 351. Brock Purdy there at 333 in third place. Josh Allen plus 140 to win this because he's one of the more likely to have 4 games on here. And I think that's where this market's really interesting. You've got Mahomes and Hurts who max out at 3 games. You've got everybody else on this list who could play 4. But if you think it's going to be KC Philly, Mahomes at plus 450 is an awfully good value, especially since KC to win the AFC is just plus 130 right now. So I thought this is an interesting thing to talk about. I have a couples that I like here. I don't like Josh Allen at plus 140. I think you get better value there. Aaron, taking a look at this, where do you kind of lean in this spot?
I think Cincinnati beats Josh Allen and the Bills. And if you have that opinion, obviously, you're not going to play him as the short price there. And if you have that opinion, you lean Joe Burrow, you lean Patrick Mahomes. I mean, to me, that's the two, right? With Jalen, and Brock Purdy, they could do it for sure, but you just don't trust them as much as you trust those names, Mahomes and Burrow. I think one of those two teams go to the Super Bowl, and I think whoever goes to the Super Bowl out of that AFC for quarterback-wise is going to win this bet. So I would bet Mahomes and Burrow, and I think they're priced right where you could do it.
Papa Dude, who do you like here?
Well, I'm trying to figure out the logic in this. This is too complicated. Do you want 2 from the same conference?
Well, it depends how you want to play it. See,
yeah.
To me, I agree that Mahomes is. I think KC is going to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's what you got to do.
The only AFC team I'm interested in is Mahomes. From the NFC, I think you could make an interesting case for the worst quarterback on this list, Brock Purdy. To end up with the most yards. If San Francisco goes to the Super Bowl and faces KC, he gets one more game than Mahomes, where he already put up 328 yards. And if I'm any defense facing Brock Purdy, what's your game plan?
Make him throw it.
Make him beat you through the air. Can Mahomes make up 328 yards in one game less than Brock Purdy, assuming Brock Purdy has to throw it to be able to move the football for San Francisco, especially with Ayuk and Samuels and McCaffrey, who are all great run after the catch guys?
Well, my logic's going to be I'm going to take one from the NFC and one from the AFC. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going Mahomes for sure. I just feel like he may throw for 400 in 2 games. He's capable of doing that. So then you got to settle. You got to decide, okay, which one of these guys is going to get to the Super Bowl? That's your problem. I'm going to take a flyer on. I don't think Jalen's the kind of. I just don't think you take him. I don't think he's going to throw for that many yards, and he's only going to have 3 games. That's the thing that leaves me out of him. I don't like this guy at all, but I think they have the best chance to get in the playoffs. I don't think Purdy's going to throw for that many. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to win. Dak Prescott is who I'm going to take, banking on the hopes Dallas gets to the playoffs.
If Dallas gets to the Super Bowl, you're saying, not playoffs.
To the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea of playing Purdy and Prescott because whoever gets out of that game, I think I'm probably going to end up playing in the NFC Championship game. And if I do, I agree with you, Papa Dude. Either of them can get it done. Prescott's over open this week at 250.5 passing yards. It's already up to 254.5. I played it over 250.5. I would still play it over 254.5. He has only thrown under that since their bye week twice. That was in a 54-19 blowout against Indianapolis and a Week 18 game where that whole Cowboys team just looked awful. So you would expect he's going to go for close to 300 if they're going to be able to make it to the Super Bowl.
Right. And how many did he have in game one?
He threw for over 300 in the first game.
Okay, so he's got a leg up. I mean, he's throwing well.
Yep, 305.
And to beat the 49ers, he's going to have to throw for 300.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And I think if they beat the 49ers, they could very easily go to the Super Bowl.
And this to me is one of those things where you also want to look at, okay, what are the other odds, right? So to win the NFC, San Francisco is plus 140 right now. You can get Brock Purdy plus 550 to win this. So significantly better value because if they get there, he's going to throw the football. So you significantly better value on taking something like this if you want to take a little bit of it. It's all about who you think is going to be able to get the games in. But Josh Allen sitting here as the favorite at plus 140 seems to add value to pretty much anyone else in this market.
I think so.
No matter
who you like. He's a horrible bet. I really think he's a horrible bet. Here's the deal. Hold on. Here's the deal. Say they win this week. Then they're going to have to beat the Chiefs, right? Like their road is tough where Mahomes is going to have to play one of those really good teams where the Bills are going to have to do it again and then again. Sorry, go ahead.
The same way with Burrow. He's got two toughies. But if you think that Cincinnati's going to go to the Super Bowl, Burrow at plus 900, come on.
Well, and that's the difference, in my opinion. Burrow, you're getting plus 900. Josh Allen's plus 140. So the price difference makes Burrow a lot more playable.
I think one of the reasons you're seeing Josh Allen at plus 140 is if it is Chiefs-Eagles in the Super Bowl, that means that both conference finalists who lost will have also played 3 games.
Yeah.
Allen's already got 352 on the board.
Yeah.
If they beat Burrow in the Cincy, he's going to throw for over 300. And then you have KC versus Buffalo. We saw that last year. Both of them went for over 400. So he could put up 1,000+ yards in those 3 games and play catch me if you can. However, he has to hold off Mahomes in that scenario.
Do you also think maybe the fact they're kind of looking at the fact that Kansas City may have an easy game this week, tomorrow, and they may not throw the ball as much because they may win easy? I mean, that's something to look at too. Mahomes is going to have one less game, plus he may not have to do a whole lot tomorrow. That's another thing to look at as well.
Good point.
So it's an interesting market here. If you're looking at who you like to win the AFC or NFC, I'd at least take a peek at this because I do think you can get some value here if you want to split something like that. And if you like someone like the Jags, who Alpha just brought up, 18-1 here for Trevor Lawrence when you could lose the Super Bowl and still win this bet. Not a terrible thing to look at as well. That would be phenomenal. I would love it if the Jags made the Super Bowl.
Me too.
That would be great. Let me tell you. So we want to check out this little derivative market here. Make sure you're checking out all of these different markets right now. If you like KC to win the AFC, you can get them plus 130, or you could just look at what division will win the AFC and get plus 145 on the AFC West. So make sure you're looking at the other ways to bet these because there is value in finding other markets versus just the most simple ones. All right, let's jump over to the games of the day here. We'll start out on the ice here. The Senators plus 125 heading in to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 145. Total sitting at 6.5. Aaron, we'll kick it off with you here. Who do you like?
They just played the other night, and the Senators were able to get the job done. An overtime game, really good game. Penguins had the lead for a lot of it and kind of blew it late. Now they get them at home, though. It's really tough to beat a team two times in a row, no matter where you play them. With the Pittsburgh Penguins being at home tonight, I got to go the Penguins. I don't think it's a bad price, really. I mean, I know we don't like to play, money lines that are less than minus 120 or so, but I don't think minus 145 is bad. I would take Pittsburgh in the spot. I think it's bettable even at that price.
Yeah, I would lean toward the Pittsburgh revenge here. I kind of like over 1.5 goals in the first period. They put up some goals early in the game last time. Both of the teams can score. You're getting a little, I think it's like minus 130 right now for over 1.5 goals, but that's where I would lean toward if I was going to bet this game. Papa Dude, what do you think here?
Well, I can agree with both of you. I think this line is very low. But Pittsburgh's shaky. They're shaky. They're not playing real well. They're in a very tough league, and that East is tough. But they aren't really playing that well, so that's probably why that line's minus 145. I'm with Aaron. I wouldn't mind betting that. I think they win tonight.
All right, let's head up to Vancouver. The Canucks playing host to the Avalanche. Avs minus 160, Canucks plus 135. And the other game on the ice tonight, total sitting at 6.5. Bang me the over here. 6.5 seems awfully low for these two teams. The Canucks love to score, love to give it up. Papa Dude, who you got here?
Totally agree. I can see like 5-3 in this one. Maybe it's even 6-4. I think the Avs at minus 160 is kind of bettable too. They're starting to play. They're playing much, much better. You're not going to make any money at 160, but so you got to go the other way. Yeah, I think the over for sure is the way to go.
Aaron?
Gosh, if it was 2 weeks ago, I would have pulled the trigger on the plus money with the Canucks, but the Avs are playing so darn good right now that I couldn't do it. But I'm telling you what, this Canucks team, they're dangerous. They can beat you if you're not ready to play because of what you guys just said. They can score. I'm telling you, they've got forwards. If they're available at the deadline, they're going to go places and they're going to help whoever they go to. So with that being said, though, the Avs are playing so darn good right now, and I just think they'll get it done. I'm with you guys. A clean sweep, though, of the over. I just believe this thing's going way over. I've watched the Canucks a lot. They know how to put the puck in the net.
Watching Gulfstream's first year, hoping the one's able to split and get to the wire. He does it. He's there, right? Seven's not going to catch him. Get home.
He's there. That's there. All right.
All right. Gulfstream won. Hey, start the day right. All right. We got the Heat minus 1.5 taking on the Mavericks. The Mavs, Luka Doncic, phenomenal. This team, terrible. Total sitting at 218.5. Are you going to take the Heat or are you taking Luka, Papa Dude?
I don't bet the Mavs. They kill me. I'm like Magic. He can't get them. I can't get them. Heat are really playing well. I like the Heat, the way they play. I'm going Heat tonight in Dallas, minus 1.5.
I am scared of this game. I would probably lean toward the under if I was going to bet it. Maybe take Mavs first half. But, this one's awfully tough. What do you think, Aaron?
Mavs. Big tonight at home. Big. Mavs by 13 tonight.
13.
13 for the Mavs. This game goes way over, too, because the Mavs get 130.
Oh, God.
Luka going on. Play Luka triple-double if you think they're getting 130, because that's what's going to take for him to be able to do it. I got to say, American Airlines Arena, downtown Dallas, fun place to watch a game. If you ever go to play tournaments at Lone Star, stay downtown. There's a walk right by there. The aquarium is right by there, excellent aquarium. And American Airlines right down there in downtown Dallas. So make sure you check that out if you're ever headed to Lone Star to play a tournament, which I don't know why you wouldn't. It's a blast, right, Aaron?
That's right. Yes. And Friday night, downtown Dallas, you think the Heat are coming in there and winning? No, Mavs big.
All right, let's head to San Antonio. The other Texas team, the Spurs, hosting the Clippers, who are laying 7, 231's the total. You're probably asking yourself, why are we talking about this game? Well, that's because I already bet it. I bet the Clippers minus 7. I think they're going to take care of business tonight against the Spurs, who are defensively challenged. And the Clippers can actually play a little bit of defense. And if they're able to, I think they hold the Spurs down and are able to win by double digits here. Papa Dude, who you got?
That's another team. I don't trust them. I don't trust the Clippers ever. God, San Antonio's awful.
Yes.
7. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with you on this, but I wouldn't bet it. That's all I'm going to say.
Aaron?
Clippers, big tonight.
Yeah, don't believe that.
They're partying on the Riverwalk tonight at San Antonio. They're invading the Alamo. What is that? Alamo Dome, whatever. The Clippers minus 7.
Might think of the over. Well, no, the Clippers play too good a defense to probably take the over.
Clippers team total might be interesting here. If you want to look for a derivative where they don't need to cover, but you're going to get what you expect, Clippers team total over might be an interesting take there. Not sure what that is. Haven't really looked at it. Another thing I haven't looked at, A10 basketball this year, but today is not a great day for sports. So here we are talking about VCU heading into Richmond, total sitting at 131.5. Richmond, a short home favorite here, laying just 1.5 points. They've been pretty good at home. Haven't lost in the A10 yet at home. Have lost twice on their home court. One of those to Syracuse, the other one to someone who was pretty good as well. So good home losses, two pretty good teams battling for the top of the A10. Papa, dude, this seems like your type of game. Who do you got?
Oh, no doubt. Beware of the spiders, the Richmond Spiders. That's a pretty good. By the way, Cal Irvine, how'd you like to be the Anteaters?
I would love to be the Anteaters if I'm racking up W's.
Did you? You probably didn't, but I was watching it. The mascot, the Anteater mascot, he was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
You know, I would have a lot of fun if I was their social media team. Every time you're ahead in the second half, you like just digitally impose ants on the opponent's bench.
Yeah,
just have the little Anteaters sucking them up.
Oh, fantastic!
You could enjoy that. That would be a fun one to play with.
This is a really good game tonight. Richmond's not as good as they have been in the past, but they're still hard to beat. There, I would say it's probably a little bit of a rivalry too. We were talking about this on our show yesterday. When you got a game like this and you're kind of wavering, take the home team. Just take the home team, and you're probably going to be okay most of the time. So I went with Richmond. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the other way, but I think it's definitely a game worth watching. The only game in college I even thought about today was Iona is at Manhattan. And yes, I follow this. And Iona is where Rick Pitino coaches, and they're always overinflated. Their value is. They're not very good this year. And they've beat me several times. Manhattan it's not any good either. But I almost looked at that one because it's plus 14 tonight for Manhattan. So they're 14-point dogs. I don't know that Iona covers that. They're not as good as they have been. So that was one I looked at today too. Yes.
Manhattan. All right. Manhattan's made the tournament a couple times. I do remember them in the tournament.
Jaspers.
We'll at least give them that. Yeah, Jaspers, pretty cool nickname there. Better than the Anteaters, that's for sure. Rob chiming in here, if I'm guessing the Hawks are laying the 2.5 since he threw it up there, and works at the VCU facilities. So, Rob, if you have any inside info here, COVID, let us know. Hook it up. We can find out here how this VCU team is doing. I kind of agree with Papa Dude. I would rather just take the home team laying the short price here in a conference battle. We talk about how big the advantage is to play at home in these type of games. There's nothing else going on in Richmond tonight. This is the ticket, right? On a Friday night in Richmond. And by the way, traffic's awful there. Have to drive through it all the time. Anyway, I'm still going with the Richmond Spiders here, laying the 1.5. Aaron, who do you like?
Spiders. Sorry, Rob. Spiders win. Spiders win by 3.
Close game. I like it. I would kind of lean to the under here too at 131.5. These two teams are probably going to play some defense, slow it down. So I would lean toward the under and take the over.
Should be great.
Dr. Tang chiming in here likes Boise State tonight in the NCAA hoops market as well. So there's another one. All right, let's head to the race of the day here. Gulfstream Park, race number 8. Interesting little turf event here in this spot. Thought this was one of the tougher races on the card. $20,000 claimers. So not, a little below Papa Dude's level. We know that, but we're still going to it here. Aaron, we'll kick it off with you. Who do you like here in this messy spot?
It is a messy spot. I'll go with the class dropper. I'm going to go number 3, Sister Nell on top here. Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz. Why would Irad get aboard unless they finally think, okay, he can win in this spot, or she can win in this spot finally. Not good. Got pulled up last time out. That's never a good thing. Walked off. So
tough to win if you're walking.
It's really not ideal, but I do think this drop in class is pretty significant. We're facing some really tough horses in those allowance races. Kentucky Downs, Keeneland, and Gulfstream, and now we're at the 20K level. Sister Nell for me. I think the class drop works.
I have Sister Nell as a must-use, but I'm going to go to the rail here. Give me Demogorgon, who I think could take this field wire to wire, also taking a significant class drop from the $75,000 and $50,000 option allowance level down to the $20K, claiming non-winners of 2 lifetimes. So pretty aggressive drop here was able to get the lead in both those spots. I think takes this field gate to wire from the rail. One angle I love at Gulfstream, horses who make the lead and quit on synthetic, who then go to the turf course. One has speed, which does not hold. The other has speed, which does hold. So should be an easier trip today for the one, Demi Gorgon. So I'll put that horse on top, 6-1 on the morning line. Papa Dude, did you slum it up with us here and look at a claiming rate?
I did. To quote Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men, when he took Jake to the track one day, and Jake picked an 80-1. What?
I've never seen 2.5 Men.
I am flabbergasted. So I'm very seldom ever stunned, but that pretty much stunned me. But anyway,
I'm not a big fan of comedies on TV, like during those 4 hours.
That's fine. There's a lot of shows I've never seen either that I'm sure you have. But anyway, to quote him, when Jake picked an 80-1, dogs can run faster than that horse, and that's the way this race is. Dogs can run faster than some of these. I went with the 8. French Frank. I don't know why, but I did. I have the 3 second, and number 1 is third. So I went 8-3-1.
I decided to try and go against French Frank here. Last out left a little bit desired in my mind. Aaron, I want to hear your opinion on the 2 horse, because that was the toughest horse in this race for me to try and figure out. 3-1 on the morning line. Jose Ortiz picks up the mount here. You've had a bug jock the last 2 times with Torres. Andy won, named after Andy Biancone, who's obviously the daughter of Patrick Biancone. They thought this was going to be a good horse. That hasn't quite panned out. What do you think of the 2 horse in this spot?
Left the 2 off. Going against it is a major jockey upgrade, and that is scary. But it's not like we haven't seen this horse at this level before. I went back and watched the replay of the last race. I don't really think the bug did all that much wrong. Horse was kind of, closing into a fast pace and did okay, but 4th beaten 2 1/4. I don't think that kind of race gets the job done here. The speed figures I still think are a little low. I left the 2 off in this spot.
All right, let's jump right into the best bets. Then we'll get out of here for the day. We'll start off with Aaron here. Going to the NBA. Tells you how much he likes today's card.
I don't. Yes, I don't like today's card much at all. And Somich and I have the same horse. So I said, hey, take it. I'll take my Thunder. Don't worry about it. I'll be generous today, Somich. So, listen, 2 hockey games. We talked about them. The prices were almost there where we could use it for a best bet, but they weren't quite. Thought about going the over in that Vancouver-Colorado game, but then thought, well, I don't know. As good as Colorado's playing, it might finish 4-0 or something like that. So I went to the Thunder, and they're in Sacramento against your Kings, Somich, and I hate that I'm going against the Kings. But look, this Thunder team's playing really, really well right now. So are the Kings. It's going to be a really good game. I'll tell you what, the Thunder on the road have been good the last couple of weeks. I like them with plus money here, so I'm going to go plus the 3.5 here.
This should be probably the best game of the night in the NBA. I mean, both these teams play wide open. You're going to see a lot of offense, a lot of young talent in here. Pop, dude, what do you think of this Thunder Kings game?
I'm glad he picked him. I mean, I wanted to pick the Kings, to be honest, but I don't want to root against the Thunder. Hey, this is a big game. The Thunder's in the hunt. They're right there. They get this one or the 500 mark. That's the first thing you have to do is get to 500, and then you go from there. Kings very quietly are one of the best teams in the West, and I don't think anybody knows it because they play out on the West Coast. We don't see the games. This really should be a good game tonight. I'm looking forward to watching some of it because the Thunder are fun to watch, as are the Kings.
Yeah, both these teams are young. They get up and down the floor. It'll be fun to watch. I think they'll have a very competitive game tonight. I think it's coming down to the last possession. I mean, obviously, I'm taking the Thunder plus the 3.5. So,
yeah, I bet a lot of NBA in-game. And in the morning, I circle the games in my mind, essentially, that I think I'm interested in-game. If the Thunder get out early, which is totally possible, I would love to catch some points with the Kings here, either in the first half or the full game. I think this is going to be a game of runs. I think you're just going to see runs back and forth from these two teams. So if the Thunder get out early, I would bet the Kings in-game. However, I'm not going to touch the full game because I think this is going to be a very good competitive basketball game here in the NBA tonight. All right, I'm going to go to Gulfstream Park. Aaron mentioned this. We both went through everything today on the card and ended up on the same horse. So hopefully this one gets home. Gulfstream Park, race number 7, 25K, optional N1X. strong quality is taking a massive drop in class here. And that to me is one of the keys. You've got Mark Cassie. Irad Ortiz picks up the mount. I think that's a pretty big upgrade from Ricardo Santana Jr. The last 4 times we've been at Saratoga, Churchill, Keeneland, and Churchill in $100,000 plus N1X allowance. Today we are at Gulfstream running for $25K. I love the fact that we have tactical speed. We've shown it at a mile. We've shown it at a mile and an eighth. There is one other speed horse, the 5. He wants no part of a mile. So in my mind, I feel like the 3 strong quality should be able to sit right behind the 5, make the first move, and because we've run longer, have the stamina to hold off anyone charging from the back. A little interested in the 7 and the 8 underneath, but I think the 3 strong quality is the horse to beat here. So I'm going to make the 3 in Gulfstream 7th, my best bet, 3-1 on the morning line. I'm hoping we get like 9-5, 8-5, somewhere in that range. Aaron, did I miss anything or any reason why you were going to go with a 3 here?
No, you hit it right on the head. And you know, it's so important to look at the conditions of those races. And you're right. I mean, this is a class drop for sure. And if you just quickly look at it, you don't really see it. But when you really read what this race is all about, it's a class drop. The horse has a speed figure advantage. You're right. The horse is cutting back in distance, but still looks to be, you know, if not the fastest, the second fastest horse in the race. And that's a really good sign. Look, I think you'll get a decent price because I think people will look at it and go, well, the horse has lost 5 straight races. Gosh, he was facing a lot better horses. And I'm here to tell you, I went back and watched a couple of these. Tough luck loser in a couple of them. Should have won. So I really like it. I think this horse is a single in the late Big 5.
Yeah, he definitely has tried hard consistently, which you like to see as well, even after being passed, which is an important quality for a racehorse if you want to try and dig in. All right, Papa Dude, close us out with an NBA total here.
This is the real reason or proof that today was horrible. Look what I bet. I never bet over-unders. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to miss this one. I just feel like that's too many points. So I just kind of took the law of averages, and I looked at a lot of bets from some of the sites I look at every morning, and every single person said this should go under. So I thought, what the heck? They know more than I do about this, and I can't find anything I really like today. Let's go with the experts. So Lakers Grizz tonight under 243.5. The Lakers played last night, I believe, wasn't it, or was it 2 nights ago?
They played 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and sometimes they don't score a lot. I just think 243 is a lot. That's 122 to 122. It's a lot of points. A lot of points. I like this one to go under 243.5 tonight in LA. Go Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's a big total. 240 is tough to get to. You have one bad quarter, and it is hard to make it up. If you like 50 points in a quarter, it isn't really that bad of a quarter. But if you have one 50-point quarter, they got to throw up 70 in the next one to get back on pace for this. It's an awfully big total there. So hopefully we can stay under in that spot. All right, let's review the best bets so far and the record for the week. Aaron, heading to where is that game? That's in Sacramento. To take the Thunder plus 3.5 on the road. Papa Dude, Lakers Grizz under 243.5. I'm going to go to Gulfstream Park. Horse number 3, race number 7, 3-1 on the morning line. Nice little 3-in-1 day there. All carrying Magic right now, who unfortunately not able to join us. He's picking up the kiddo. For the week, we are 3-4-1, down $80, but making a nice little move here. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow with more from both the sports and horse racing world. Monster day tomorrow. We've got a Kentucky Derby prep. We've got NFL, a little bit of everything. So you're going to have a lot more choices there. Thank you very much, everybody. Good luck today. We will see you tomorrow.